For that, also today, more than 100 federal agents descended on MacArthur Park. That happened this morning. Protesters arriving shortly after that. And then L.A. Mayor Bass showed up at the park demanding the agents leave. The mayor's office released this security video showing a scrimmage line formed by federal agents at the park. The agents were both on foot and horseback. At this point, it doesn't appear anyone was detained, and it's not clear why the agents eventually left and if the mayor's request had anything to do with it. The mayor called today's incident part of a political agenda that provokes fear and terror.
Frankly, it is outrageous and un-American that we have federal armed vehicles in our parks when nothing is going on in the parks.
Mayor Bass added that there was a children's summer camp at MacArthur Park. Those children were ushered indoors, according to the mayor, so they were not exposed to that operation. Now, during the press conference with the mayor, L.A. City Council President Marqueece Harris-Dawson also had a message to the Department of Homeland Security.
This morning looked like a staging for a TikTok video. And what we say to Border Patrol as the council, if you want to film in LA, you should apply for a film permit like everybody else and stop trying to scare the bejesus out of everybody who lives in this great city and disrupt our economy. Every day they are here, they disrupt the economy and they cost this state and this city and county millions and millions of dollars in real money, but also the kind you can't count. And that's making people scared to leave their houses and making people scared to go to school and to the doctor and to call the police or the fire department when something is wrong.
NBC4 reached out to DHS about the incident at MacArthur Park. They released this statement that says, "We don't comment on ongoing enforcement operations." Joining us live right now is LA City Council President Marqueece Harris-Dawson. Thank you, sir, so much for being here.
Thank you.
Does it seem that LA is being targeted by the Trump administration because it is a sanctuary city?
I don't know if it's because we're a sanctuary city. I don't know if it's because it's so beautiful. I don't know if it's because he lost the election so badly here. But it's very clear Los Angeles is being targeted. This morning's exercise was the latest in a 30-day siege that we've all lived under in this city. And today they were in the park and they weren't even catching people. I mean, usually we decry the egregious actions of picking up child care providers, health care providers, people who work at food stands or work in car washes. Today, they didn't pick up anybody. They just messed up the turf at MacArthur Park, which our Rec and Parks department is going to have to find a way to repair and find some money to do that. And so it definitely feels like a siege, and it definitely feels like L.A. is the first of all the big cities in the country that will undergo this horror.
To your knowledge, is this happening to this extreme in any other large U.S. city?
We can't find any other city in the country, small or large, where this is happening. We know there are lots of parts of the country where there are lots of undocumented people in agriculture, for example. We don't see them there. We don't see them in other cities of our size or smaller. So it looks like this is a deliberate attempt to harass and terrify Los Angeles. Today, as the mayor pointed out, is the 6-month anniversary of the Palisades fire. There's supposed to be a big event to talk about our progress, what's been done in the Palisades. The mayor was here. The governor was in town to do that. And this just seems like a stunt to take away from that good news for the city of L.A.
Well, you mentioned disrupting the economy here. We also know, you mentioned the Palisades fire. There's also a big fire in Altadena. The city, Southern California, relies on federal money. Is there concern about that funding?
There's a little concern about that funding, but I have to say, Colleen, it's also true that the federal government depends on Southern California for money. 1 in 4 new jobs are created here in Los Angeles County. We're a disproportionate share of the economy. So when Los Angeles doesn't do well, the country doesn't do well. And so for us, we think they got to be thinking about this thing both ways. Yes, they can toy around with a grant here or there, or they can tank our economy, which brings down the entire United States economy.
Is there any indication, these have been going on for a month now, 30 days, is there any indication they will let up or begin to at least taper off?
We can't make heads or tails of anything. Their public information system is horrible. They put out information that turns out to be false. They tell you something absolutely isn't going to happen, and it does, and it happens anyway. So you really can't count on anything they say. All we can do is prepare day to day. Work on our neighbors. We've got a massive food delivery system, for example, going on around the city. We've got a network to carry children to school that need it if their parents are afraid to be out. So we're just figuring it out day to day as we do. We will survive this, and we will come out stronger for it.
Thank you for staying with us. I can tell you're straining with your voice there, but your message was loud and clear. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Colleen.
All right, developing now, the mayor of Long Beach, or actually Laguna Beach, says fireworks could be the cause